Okay, so how many electrons are there in 2.3 grams of sodium metal? Okay, so the first thing is we have that it's in mass is given in grams, so we have to convert that to moles. And then once we have the number of moles, we have to figure out the number of electrons, okay? So the first thing you'll realize is, so sodium is 1123 Na. So what we know about this is one atom has 11 electrons. Okay, so we can see that straight away, that one atom has 11 electrons. Okay, so the first thing now we'll do is figure out how many atoms there are. But the first thing before we do that is we have to figure out how many moles there are. So N equals mass over mR, and that's equal to 2.3 divided by 23, which is equal to 0.1 moles. Now, so that means we've that many moles of atoms, but now we want to see how many actual atoms there are. So number of moles, or sorry, number of atoms, and remember sodium is made up of atoms, is N multiplied by 6 by 10 to the 23. So we have 0.1 multiplied by 6 by 10 to the 23. So that's equal to 6 by 10 to the 22 atoms. Okay, so now we know how many atoms we have. So the next thing then is we have written up here already, each atom has 11 electrons. So we just need to multiply that by 11. So each atom has 11 electrons. So this implies we have 11 multiplied by 6 by 10 to the 22, which is equal to 6.6 by 10 to the 23 electrons. Okay, so we have the same thing here now in F, figuring out how many electrons are in aluminium. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to pick up the, so first of all, we need to change our mass to moles. And then once we have the number of moles, we convert that to atoms, and then we figure out the electrons. So aluminium is 1327. So we can see from this that it has 13 electrons. Okay, so our formulas again, N equals mass over mR, which is equal to 5.4 over 27, which is 0.2 moles. And that's 0.2 moles of atoms, because that's what aluminium is made up of. Now we're going to convert that to actually how many atoms. So number of atoms is equal to N multiplied by 6 by 10 to the 23. And that's equal to 0.2 multiplied by 6 by 10 to the 23. So that's equal to 1.2 by 10 to the 23 atoms. Now we've figured out how many atoms there are, but we can see, as I've written up here already, each atom up here has 13 electrons. Okay, so what we need to do then is go each atom contains 13 electrons. So this implies we have 13 multiplied by 1.2 by 10 to the 23, which is 1.56 by 10 to the 24 electrons. So the last one here now in this question, how many atoms are present in 8 grams of ammonium nitrate, okay, NH4NO3. So the first thing we have to do is we have grams that need to convert to mass, grams that need to convert mass into moles. And then once we have that done, we need to start off by first of all then getting the number of particles. Now we must remember here that this is a molecule, okay? So each molecule there contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 atoms. Okay, so that's important. So one molecule here contains 9 atoms in total. Okay, so first of all, we'll work out molecules and then we'll go to atoms. So our formula is N equals mass over mR, which is 8 divided by 80, which is 0.1 moles. Then my number of molecules, now be very careful, okay, this substance is made up of molecules, not atoms, okay, so that's really important, that is made up of molecules. So number of molecules equals N multiplied by mR. So that's equal to 0.1 multiplied by 6 by 10 to the 23, which is 6 by 10 to the 22 molecules. Now, just be very careful here now, because we're not finished this question. So we're asked how many atoms. So what we can see by this is, as I've written at the start, one molecule of this substance contains 9 atoms. So this is the number of molecules that we have. So we're going to multiply that by 9. So each molecule contains 9 atoms. So this implies we have 9 multiplied by 6 by 10 to the 22, which is equal to 5.4 by 10 to the 23 atoms.